The offside trap is a defensive strategy that only the most organised and well coordinated defensive units can pull off effectively, with Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp being excellent at using it over the past few seasons, and Postecoglou at Tottenham also showcasing it this year, in particular with the game against Chelsea where Tottenham finished with 9 men being the most memorable example. But what if you're the opposition side coming up against a defensive unit who seem to be able to catch your attackers offside at will, with all of their defenders being perfectly in sync, stepping up and catching runners running slightly astray? How do you beat the offside trap? But in order to work out strategies to counter it, we should first assess why sides actually look to use an offside trap and what they are actually trying to achieve. Well, an offside trap not only allows you to catch players offside, but it also enables you to squeeze a space between your defensive shape, increasing the vertical compactness and making it harder for the opposition to play through the centre of the pitch. But obviously, in condensing the space in front of your defensive line, you are in turn creating space behind your defensive line. And so this is where defenders with good acceleration, who can turn quickly and race back on the recovery, as well as a sweeper keeper who can anticipate balls in behind the defensive line, and having the awareness to hold a high enough starting position, and the athleticism to race out in order to make the clearance when needed. Both of these can be hugely important to the success of an offside trap. Therefore, if the opposition side is trying to use an offside trap but doesn't have either quick defenders or a reliable sweeper keeper, then this can be an area where you look to exploit. So the most obvious way to exploit an offside trap is to have players make runs from deeper positions, as because they are sitting closer to the midfield line rather than the defensive line, the opposition defenders aren't going to be already pressed up onto this player. It's likely going to be one of the midfield line that's tasked with pressing him. And so as you circulate the ball across the pitch and the opposition's backline looks to push up, whilst your centre forward may hold a position between the two centre backs, one of your midfielders should be looking to make a late run in behind the opposition's backline as they're pushing up, and you can look for a long ball over the top, potentially looking to get one of these deep runners from central positions into a 1v1. But the movement from individual players in your forward line is also crucial. Here we see Barcelona against Atletico Madrid, that Barcelona have worked the ball into the middle third, and the Atletico backline are going to look to squeeze up in order to catch Messi offside. But Messi's movement counters the offside trap perfectly. First, he sits in his own half so he knows he's definitely onside. But in this situation, we also see the importance of the timing of your run. Messi knows that if he makes a straight run too early, that will probably get caught offside, and so he needs to delay his run in order for the Barcelona player to receive the ball and get it out of their feet. And so he makes an arcing run in a circular motion, which allows him to stay onside, and because there is such a big space between the two Atletico centre-backs, which has been created by Messi's run out wide, this makes it incredibly hard for them to keep that backline straight, and so the centre-back on the far side is slightly deeper, and Messi uses this to his advantage, as after he's arced his run, he simply holds his run, looking to keep himself onside, and when the through ball is actually played, he's now in front of his centre-back, but is still remaining onside, and this ultimately leads to him getting the ball into the box and releasing a shot to make it 2-0. But even though these examples are taking advantage of an offside trap higher up the pitch, you can also do it closer to the box as well. Let's say you have the ball in a wide position in the final third. If you look to play a pass backwards to the supporting fullback, for example, the opposition, if they are playing an offside trap, the opposition's backline are going to look to squeeze up as high as they can, ideally getting outside of the box, and so this is going to create space between the opposition's goalkeeper and the defensive line inside of the box. And so if you can get the ball back to the supporting player and they are able to get the ball out of their feet before pressure comes, you then just need your attackers inside of the box to hold their run effectively, as well as a well-weighted cross into that space for you to then take advantage of the offside trap. But this mainly comes down to coordination, which is built on in the training ground, and so you do need to effectively work on these attacking patterns in order to successfully take advantage of even the most effective offside traps. And so overall, in order to take advantage and beat an offside trap, you need runners from deep positions who can make runs in behind the backline as they step up, but also strikers and forwards who are able to arc their run, stay onside and hold their run until the right point in order to take advantage of the massive amount of space left behind the offside trap. However, you can also take advantage of it closer to the box as well, as I've previously said, via some well coordinated attacking patterns as well as the right delivery from wide positions. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, check out some of our others and put your thoughts in the comment section below as well.